Back in 2015, a doctor in the UK looked into a death that didn't make sense at first. A healthy adult, no health problems on record, no injury, found unresponsive in bed one morning. When they checked everything, the answer wasn't the mattress, it wasn't the sheets, it was the pillow. Not the pillow by itself though, what was living inside it? Something that had been building up for years, one night at a time. Inside something nobody ever thinks twice about. You have slept on one every night of your life, and you have probably never once asked what's actually in it. Most people think a pillow just sits there. It holds your head up, and that's it. Nothing's really happening inside it. That's wrong. A pillow is actually more like a tiny world of its own. It has food, it has creatures living in it, and it has waste, and the food source is you. Every night, your body sheds about half a gram of dead skin. That doesn't sound like much, but multiply that by every night of a year, maybe 2 years, because that's usually how long people keep the same pillow before replacing it. That's a lot of food, going into the same spot, night after night, for as long as you own that pillow. So what's actually eating that skin? Mostly it's dust mites. These are tiny bugs, way too small to see with your eyes. They don't bite you. They don't get under your skin. All they do is eat the dead skin you have already shed. And there can be a lot of them. A used pillow can have anywhere from a few thousand to over 1 million of these mites living inside it, depending on how old it is and how often you washed it. Chances are right now there are dust mites in your pillow. They have probably been there long enough to have had many generations of babies. And here's where it gets serious. The mites themselves are not really the problem. It's their poop. Every mite poops several times a day, and that waste has a certain protein in it. Your immune system doesn't like that protein. It reacts to it. And this is actually one of the most common allergy triggers in the entire world. For most people, that just means a stuffy nose, some sneezing, some maybe itchy eyes, annoying but not dangerous. But if you have asthma, it is different. Dust mite waste is one of the top triggers for asthma symptoms. And if someone has a bad asthma that isn't well controlled, a strong enough allergic reaction at night can trigger an attack that their airway can close up faster than their rescue inhaler can fix it. And that connects right back to that death in 2015. It wasn't the poison, it wasn't a crime, it was an asthma attack caused by years of allergy buildup from a pillow that probably hadn't been washed or replaced in a long time. Rare, but it's real, and it has been documented. Mites are not the only thing building up in there, though there's something else, and in some ways it was moisture. You sweat while you sleep more than you had think. That sweat soaked into a pillow every night, and it often doesn't fully dry before you are back on it the next night. Warm, damp material is a perfect place for mold to grow, and pillows that stay a little damp for a long time can grow molds on the inside where you can't see it. You only see the pillowcases. You never see what's happening inside this stuffing. For most healthy people, breathing in a little mold at night isn't a big deal. But if someone is older, or has a weak immune system, or already has a lung problems, breathing in mold spores night after night for months or years has been linked to serious lung infections. In rare, severe cases, it can turn into something like life-threatening. This isn't a pillow killing you overnight. It is slower than that. It's an object that's supposed to bring you comfort, quietly working against the exact part of your body, your lungs. That comfort is supposed to help. Then there is a totally different risk. This one has nothing to do with the mites or mold. It is about babies. Soft bedding, including pillows, is one of the biggest known risk factor in cases where a baby suffocates in their sleep. A baby's neck muscles are not strong enough yet to turn their head away if their face gets pressed into something soft. That's why doctors have been saying the same thing for years. No pillows, no soft bedding, no loose blankets in a crib for the whole first year of the baby. This is the one risk on the list that isn't slow or biological. It is immediate, and it is also the easiest one to prevent, which is exactly why doctors repeat it so often. So let's put it all together. A pillow feeds a population of tiny bugs for years without you noticing. Those bugs produce rates that one of the most common allergy triggers on earth, and in rare and extreme cases, it can help trigger a fatal asthma attack. The sweat from your own body creates the perfect setup for mold, which can be a real danger for people with weak lungs. And for babies, the pillow itself is a physical danger, no biology needed. None of this means your pillow is some evil, exotic object, but it is just doing what any unwashed thing sitting 6 inches from your face every night for years would eventually do. The good news is, the fix is simple. Wash your pillowcase every week. Wash or replace the actual pillow, not just the case every year or two. Keep your bedroom from getting too damp so moisture doesn't sit in the fabric overnight. And for babies, just follow the advice that already exists. No soft bedding, simple as that. So back to that 2015 case. Nothing dramatic happened in that room. No breaking, no poison, no crying, just years of an allergy nobody treated, a pillow that was never replaced, and an immune system that finally reacted harder than a body already weakened by asthma could handle. The strangest part isn't that it happened, it is how normal everything in that room was. A pillow, a blanket, a simple bedroom. The most dangerous thing in that story was also the most familiar thing in yours.